Hello and welcome to week 1 of the Winter League tournament here with the Dragon Warrior Randomizer community. We've got a wonderful race for you tonight. It's Winter Chaos time. On the top left of your screen, we've got Angel FM. On the top right, we've got Opti. On the bottom left, we've got Just Christ. And the bottom right, we've got Yakko Wacko. My name is Hoodie Two Shoes. I'm joined with Sneaky the Lost. Sneaky, how you feeling? What do you think we can expect from this flag set tonight?
Well, obviously everyone knows who Angel FM is, and Yakko Wacko also a veteran. First time I've seen Opti and Just Chris doing these tournaments, so it'll be nice to see how these newer players fare in such a tumultuous seed. The winter tournament, of course, really where we get a chance to flex our muscles with this randomizer, see what it can really do. And as you can see there on your screen, we have some very interesting flag sets set for the racers today.
That's right. Most notably, it's the Chaos Enemy set where the XP and gold are randomized that you get from the enemies and their stats as well. They will have vanilla abilities, and we're going to see here the vanilla chests. We start with a torch and then gold and then a torch and then another gold because there's no keys. But the chests will be randomized because we have random chest locations. So towns may have chests in them, and in the caves and other places, the chest locations are randomized. So as you see in the treasury, it is a non-standard chest arrangement.
Although we do have the silver harp in the treasury.
Oh, so sometimes the harp can roll in, oh no, in the treasury, not in the throne room, yeah. So
Correct.
Starting off with the harp, we are guaranteed to have the armor and hawksness and the Airdrix token on the coordinates in this flag set. So at this point, the racers are really just looking for the sword and the stones, because they know where the other items are.
That's correct. And also they know that the flute is in coal, so they don't need to get that if the golems are not a particular issue. And we actually have the vanilla stones location, although the stones aren't there.
Yep, and we are finally getting outside to a world of plains. So looks like Zone 0 is going to be not your best encounter tiles. So we'll see what the racers choose to do in looking for the enemy to kill.
Speaking of golems, we just saw one. He ran away. This green dragon doesn't look like it's hitting particularly hard, but when you're only level 1, any kind of hits are bad hits.
And when the random monster stats flag is on, something called the wet noodle is enabled, where there's at least one enemy in the starting zones, zone 0, 1, and 2, that should be killable. And so the knight could have been the noodle there. We gain 25, 4, 4, 8, hurt and hurt more. So Yakko in great shape there with that opening kill, gonna get more MP. Racers will be thrilled to get to the next level.
The golem looks like it could be the noodle. It's only doing 3 and 4 damage.
Yeah, and it's possible that there are multiple noodles in a seed. If the noodle doesn't roll into one of the zones, then one of those enemies becomes another noodle. So you can have several noodles within a seed.
Well, whatever it was, it had too much hit points to be the noodle because it took a torch and kept on going. Meanwhile, somebody found an armored knight that hit them for 43. Now, remember, we're using vanilla abilities. Those guys are not pleasant in vanilla.
Yeah, the abilities that they have, I think it's both hurt more and heal more, can be very frustrating to deal with. As Angel gets that all-important level with hurt and hurt more, likely to go looking around, maybe die, get MP, and then utilize those spells.
Yeah, but this particular flag set really encourages exploration, if possible, because you just need to find your key items and then find what your grind is going to be.
I think you want to find the XP first in this flag set, first and foremost. I think that, at least for the way that I think about it, is that if you're exploring to find that good thing to fight, to get the XP up, just because it's so good to get to a point where you can walk around repelling the world. And if you can find a nice zone, like, I think that's really what you're hoping for.
Yeah, that is true. Although with random gear prices and the summer sale special combination, gear is usually not that expensive. So finding a town that's got some useful loot in it, you find yourself something like a broadsword for a couple of $100. You find yourself a silver shield on sale. You can really get your early game going that way too.
And that's a huge XP boost for Angel there, and another big level. Learns outside, so a little bit more appealing to go inside a cave. But with the random chest locations on, you may want to wait for Radiant, but could be advantageous to go in without.
Yeah, all of those oddball locations that you never go to in a normal playthrough. Oh, we found Hawksness! And there's actually a chest in Hawksness here. And in this chest there is an herb.
So far we know a number of things here. We know the armor is going to be under the spike in Hawksness here. That's guaranteed. The token is going to be the coordinates location. And so we'll see if this enemy that it looks like Angel's going to scout it out, if it's a powder puff or not. Could be.
Does not appear to be when it hits for 78.
Yeah, if it had low HP, it had a chance there. Still could have a chance if it doesn't have the highest HP, but that is, not promising. You might try again with a hurt more, but we'll see what you might want to wait until later. I don't know what you do there. Maybe wait for sleep. We have sleep and hurt more though, so probably just go right back, especially if you're going to get some green dragons on the way.
There is some gold in the back of Garenham, and in the town of Garenham's vendor shop, we have a full plate for $3,000, a flame sword for $2. I'll take that.
Yeah, 28 extra attack power for $2 is quite a steal. Although if this Wraith Knight ends up being sleepable or hurt moreable, one of the two, or both, yeah, this could be very advantageous, and getting a free Erdrick's armor is very nice.
Not only that, but it might be giving some decent... no, 35 and 22. Oh, well. I was about to say, if it gave good results, it might be worth the grind.
So far, it looks like Yakko is the only one with a weapon, having picked up that flame sword for the low price of 2 gold. But yeah, that's a nice advantage there. But with hurt more, that attack power is a little bit less relevant at this point, but will be important. Nice to have the flame sword, because you don't always need Erdrick's sword in this flag set.
Quite true. Angel FM went ahead and turned in his harp for a Staff of Rain while he had the opportunity to do so. Opti found out that these the wolves they're not playing around.
Level 7 coming for Angel here with 4, 5, 25 HP and 20 MP. Big gains there. So
That's
not
probably
a huge gap. Looks like the green dragon so far is the best enemy that I've seen out there. I'm not sure that anybody else has found it besides Angel.
Yeah, he's now level 8, so that was actually multiple levels. With this Magi Wyvern, of course, in the vanilla game, Magi Wyverns were extraordinarily, notoriously annoying with those sleep spells, so yeah.
65 gold magic armor down there for Yakko. Great stopgap until you can find a kill on the Wraith Knight there, but if you can just hit a hurt more, it looks like you can take it down, so our racers should be able to get the Erdrick's armor without too much trouble.
Yeah, we're still looking for that silver shield if possible, but yeah, you can't beat $2 for that flame sword, the best sword that money can buy. And of course, Spectres also have the sleep spell in vanilla. Yes, you are looking at it correctly, and Angel FM just got the bad news.
Didn't have any MP though, so may not be too upset at the reset there. Just get to get your resources and go back out.
Now, Axe Knights also have stop spell, which can be a little bit annoying.
If you've got Erdrick's armor though, then the regular knights can become very good, just because of their propensity for casting stop spell. And looks like just Chris found that first green dragon. That's going to be a very welcome sight. All that XP, and yeah, that's going to be a big turning point, I think, for Chris here.
You know, isn't the protector of the princess always going to be a green in this flag set?
No, the random monster stats, even if I don't think vanilla zones are on, but even if vanilla zones were on, the random monster stats flag supersedes the zones, and it would be pulled from one of the toughest enemies that rolled in the seed.
Gotcha. Yeah, those specters are not playing around. They're hitting for like 40-ish, and having sleep, of course. They're being a problem here. Opti gets another level, gets sleep and stop spell, so that puts her in a better position.
Yep, and as soon as anybody can get a kill on one of those green dragons, they're going to have a little bit of a better way into this thing. Green dragon really quite a primo enemy, and if Chris can get to that Wraith Knight with a Hurt More and cast it, should be able to pick up the armor here, but might just die to this Magic Wyvern, and will.
Yeah, Magic Wyverns were a problem in the vanilla game, and they're just as big a problem here for the same reason, that sleep spell. Angel did go ahead and manage to pick up a flame sword for himself, and is going to go ahead and check out this dungeon nearby.
Looks like none of our racers have been able to pick up a shield as of yet. Drakenwell with a good amount of gold, a fair amount of XP, with another level 1, 14, 15, 6. So 14 agility is feeling pretty good. Stats are looking alright. You need some MP though.
Now, was that tablet?
I didn't see.
Oh, Swamp North, okay.
Angel's got another town here.
Oh, it is the town of Remildar, normally the place you go to buy keys. But, of course, in this game, in this particular flag set, we don't need to worry about it, but we will pick up some gold here in the other lost and found spot.
Yep, we'll see if Angel is interested in looking in the shop for a shield. I think he probably will be interested. Even a large shield feel pretty great to get extra 10 defense, but silver shield with that 20 defensive boost would be very welcome.
Oh, absolutely. Especially because it's the piece of gear that you will never replace with something you can find.
Ooh, that large shield is looking a little bit like just out of reach.
A little pricey today.
And Magic Wyvern's really making their presence known in Hawksness, and it's been tough to make it to that Wraith Knight for the racers, as Chris is going to pick up the princess.
Ooh, that Druin is also not playing around.
Angel finds the Rainbow Drop trade-in location, also lovingly referred to as the Jerk.
Yeah, if you don't have proof of your heritage, he's quite rude to you.
And so for anyone that's joining us a little bit later, or not aware of what's going on, we have the shuffle locations flag is off. So all of the search spots are their vanilla items. So Hawksness has Erdrick's armor, the Fairy Flute is in coal, and Erdrick's token is located on the coordinates, which the old man in Cantlin gives you those coordinates. And as of right now,
for 80?
I missed that.
Yeah, the Wraith Knight hit for 80.
Yeah, that thing is no joke. You got to get in there and hurt more. It maybe sleep hurt more is the play in case one hurt more is not enough. But being that our racers all have the harp from the very beginning of the game, and we know that they just need to find the stones and the sword, because the armor and the token are accounted for in Hawksness and the coordinates.
Axe Knight is worth 145 XP and is one-shottable by Angel right now. He's wandering around this desert, and he's going to be clearing out these Axe Knights like it was a vanilla randomizer seed.
Ooh. heal on the Wraith Knight, and hurt more is not guaranteed to kill it, but the double heal more or hurt more after the heal is enough to get rid of it. Maybe gonna get out of this zone because he doesn't want to be around the Wraith Knight.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be around the Wraith Knights, but those Axe Knights are juicy. Red Dragons aren't worth too much.
Yeah, if the Axe Knights were worth in 300s, you might be worth sticking around there, but those Wraith Knights are huge pain, and if, dying is just such a setback. I don't think it's worth hanging around for the Axe Knights, but Hawksness has Axe Knights as well.
Yeah, but Hawks Knights have those Magi Wyverns.
So far, it really looks like the Green Dragon is the big winner in terms of viability for XP, but I don't know that there's been a really great zone with them as of yet.
Oof, this Spectre with its sleep spell.
And then just taunting you with hurt after hurt. This thing's a tank.
Yeah, it took several hits and a hurt more, and gave Piddly back.
That's chaos, baby.
That's chaos, baby.
Oh, here it is again. We'll see if yep, gets away. We'll find the or the identity of this cave. It's Mountain Cave.
Viva Los Chaos, baby. Now, notably, one of the places that the chest could pop in, at the top left corner, there's a staircase that nobody goes down because it's just a little 4-block that's usually empty, but there could actually be a chest there, which is what Angel is checking down. There happens to be one.
That rogue scorpion must have 0 agility. That it took a 60 or 70 damage from Angel there. Just Chris here with the hurt more on the Wraith Knight. Gets the kill. Will this be the armor here? I believe so. Yes.
Critical
that makes
hit
all
on the
4
slime.
racers. So we've all reached armor parity, and just Chris has a pretty decent amount of XP, pretty close to Angel at this point. $73 is not bad for a one-shot for just wandering around. There's the stones for Angel, so that's 1/2 of the remaining things that you don't know the location of. Even if we don't know where Caitlyn is, we still know that we need to find Caitlyn. And the only other thing out there is the sword.
Speaking of Caitlyn, Yakko Wacko just found it.
We'll be going to get the location of the coordinates right there, and that's where the token's going to be.
15 north, 43 west. That's, those are definitely numbers.
Yep, potentially countable, but if you've got the princess, it just makes sense to use that anyway. Princess being helpful in this flag set because it's random XP requirements, so you can use Gwaelin's Love to let you know how much XP to the next level.
That is true. That is an additional bonus with randomized XP requirements like in the seed. I don't know about you, but I know I would be looking for that princess right about now. But then again, they don't call me Sneaky the Lost for nothing.
Yeah, but Chris already rescued the princess, so has that Gwaelin's Love in the inventory.
Alright, preemptive princess rescue. And like you said, it makes sense in a seed like this where knowing how much you need for your next level can be really valuable information.
Yeah, and the coordinates are guaranteed to be necessary because you know that the token is on there. So it's kind of double. The princess has a lot more value in a seed like this than another seed potentially might.
Yeah, I mean, somebody like Angel could probably walk that, but yeah.
As Angel finds coal, could pick up a fairy flute, but I don't imagine we'll be seeing that.
Yeah, given that golems were like a zone 1 enemy. Opti
No
managed to
silver
stop
shield.
spell that magic wyvern, has 5 XP gain, but 137 bucks.
The cursed belt information, not as helpful in a seed like this when you know that all of the surge spots are occupied because they have to be.
Ah, and of course, $99 small shield. You know, the old pot lid's better than nothing.
Yep, so we've seen a large shield for 3,000 something gold, and now you've seen that small shield. So those are the only shields that I know that are available.
Yep, just Chris has just left Breckenary, home of the 6 Gold Inn. We'll leave a torch out for you.
As Yakko also finds our friendly jerk. And Angel into Cantlin gonna get the cords and find out the large shield still available.
Yep, now he's gonna check this one behind the door.
See if he comes back up to get the large after the confirmation that there's no silver.
He's going for those coordinates.
I'm not sure. Have we said there's Charlock right there? Just Chris has seen Charlock, so at least one of our players has now seen Charlock. I wonder if Yakko's in that same desert right now, on this count for the coordinates that Angel was in before.
We've seen the Breckenary shop just now with just Chris, so Garanham's shop, I think, is the only one we haven't seen. No, yes we did, because that was where we first saw the flame sword.
Yeah, we may have seen all of the shops collectively among all the racers, though I'm not 100% sure.
Oof, AKs are hitting hard. Has a Erdrick's armor and it still gets hit for almost 60. Plus they have both more, so yeah.
Yeah, so far taking a swing on an Axe Knight, I think, and being able to kill it, if that's possible, is probably the best. Otherwise, the hurt more on the Green Dragon seems to be the ticket.
Yeah, Opti hasn't found a shop yet with a flame sword, although I think she's about to remedy that.
Yeah, very likely here.
Yep, there's the flame sword.
Right, so she's on par with that extra 28 attack power. So yeah, there may only be a large and small shield on the map.
Death necklace in the back of Garanham.
Angel picks up heal more at level 11.
Yeah, with 102 hit points at level 11, that death necklace might actually be in play later.
Another level, there's 33 HP, 33 MP, so instantly into quite a different situation here.
Yeah,
Nobody
Angel.
terribly behind on XP, but Angel does maintain this lead on both, I think, exploration and XP.
Yeah, right now Angel has the lead. He's just looking for XP and ghost stats. Once he does that, he can pick up the coordinates, get the rainbow drop, and make his dive. Stat-wise, I mean, you're looking at Death Necklace level hit points, potentially. Strength is kind of meh, but with Death Necklace strats, it might be possible. Only 94 MP, depending on what Dragon Lord decides it's gonna do today, that might be an issue.
Yeah, I think that at least a lot of people's thought process in Chaos is to not really value the Death Necklace unless your HP is higher than usual. So just because it's the volatility of the Dragon Lord can be such that dying with it on can be problematic.
That is true. If you get a Dragon Lord that likes to take a swing at you for 70 damage in his first phase, that's a different scenario.
So with it being short Charlock, where you won't have to go all the way down, as soon as you enter into the castle, you'll be on the bottom floor. You may see some runners just take a stab at things a little bit earlier than they might otherwise, just to see what's going on, but have to make that decision when we get there. Nobody is even able to get into Charlock yet. Nobody's got all of the items and a rainbow drop traded in for.
Yeah, and of course there's always a spike tile to contend with. We don't know what's there yet.
Yeah, and we know that the Wraith Knight hits pretty hard, so you may need to utilize your MP to use a Hurt More on the spike if it's a Wraith Knight. At the very least, maybe a sleep. Opti gonna pick up the chords here, find out the information about how to get the Erdrick's token.
Ooh, interesting choice. Angel is choosing to not dive Grave. There is the possibility that there's a sword down there, but that's an awfully big cave that you potentially might not need to dive because he has the flame sword.
He might be waiting for Radiant just because, especially in Grave, having access to Radiant can save you a number of steps, just verifying if chests are in certain places or not.
That is quite true, and that may be what he's waiting for. Oh, just Chris found it.
Golem worth 130, not bad.
Yeah, and it's also one or two shots. I mean, it's a pretty weak enemy, so that's a solid grind while he's going.
The hindsight of knowing that the sword is down there is it's pretty good for Chris. That's kind of rough for Angel. Although the sword is not as necessary in this flag set as others, you can do quite well with the flame sword in this, depending on the strength of DL1 and DL2.
Angel hit level 16 and picked up Radiant. Those stats are not horrible at level 16. I mean, the attack power is still not great, but it's not horrible. I wouldn't want to try it at an attack power of 117, but, that's just me.
Yeah, definitely a little bit sketchy there.
And for those of you in the audience who may not know, the way damage is calculated in this game, the Dragon Lord's second phase has a defense power of 100. So you subtract that from your attack power right off the bat, then you divide by 2. That's your maximum. Then divide by 2 again for your minimum. So 17 divided by 2 is 8 for a max, 4 for a minimum. That's not gonna work.
Looks like Chris is down there trying to level up right now. Picks up heal more for himself. And running into these Wraith Knights, I don't want those. But the other enemies are doing alright. So just committed to the grind right now, it looks like.
Yakko Wacko apparently got his token without the princess.
Yeah, it looks like Angel was counting, but I'm not sure if he was successful in that count. Did not see the token marked, so looks like he potentially was not successful.
Okay, now at level 17, those stats are looking a heck of a lot better. You could still use a decent shield, though. Like, pick up a large shield somewhere along the way.
Yeah, he's seen the two shields, the two large shields, so I would imagine he remembers where they are. Oh, he did? He picked it up? Alright, well then Angel is, yeah, he's got the rainbow drop, and he may be going to check out our friend the Dragon Lord here. Yeah, I would agree with the statement in chat, with Angel going to check bottom of Charlock, see if you find the sword, and then just go try with the flame sword if it's not there. Might find a fighter's ring too.
Yeah, that's what I would do as well. I mean, let's be honest. The goal here is to take out the Dragon Lord. If you can do it without the big stick, what do you need it for?
Angel does pick up that large shield, is going to heal here. Oh, not going to heal here. Maybe there's a better place to heal.
There's not an inn in Rimildar. Oh wait, yes there is, because it's got that lost and found with that one chest normally.
But as of right now, really depends a lot on DL1 and DL2. We could be in the situation where we're in for another, 30 some odd minutes of look at the Dragon Lord. What do we do about the Dragon Lord?
Yeah, we could have a Dragon Lord with a 230 attack power and a 200 agility.
Could be a powder puff could be a powerhouse. That's what I always say. So we'll have to see.
And of course, DL2 might have random abilities as well, because of the random stats flag affects the random abilities for the second phase of the Dragon Lord fight. So you could end up with something like, say, the DL2 with a sleep spell.
Yeah, I think the DL2 form is limited to only being able to have sleep or heal, but DL1 can have a whole rainbow of various villainy.
Yeah, DL1 can have the full wombo combo.
It is very nice to enter straight to the bottom floor. We've got Wraith Knights sort of as expected on the bottom floor here.
And poltergeists.
Looks like Poltergeist might have 1,000,000 agility. That's yet to be seen. Maybe we could get that pulled up and see what the Poltergeist is working with.
Yeah, they've got like close to 100 defense.
We got wings, torch, gold. At this point, we know there's not going to be any, but I'm looking for a fighter's ring. Nope.
Yep, 100 defense for the poltergeist. Only 20 hit points though. Only 20 hit points though, and no resistance to hurt.
It does have a 15 out of 16 sleep resist though. So in terms of annoyance factor, it continues to be high with that. Ooh, 20 HP, yep. Also, not the fighter's ring. So we'll have to see if missing out on the sword is going to be relevant, or if this is going to be enough to get it done. Oh, fighter's ring was in mountain. Oh, he's got the ring on. Okay.
Yep, and unlike vanilla, it actually functions in the randomizer.
Kind of surprising to see only one princess rescue on this seed, but I think that that's the case right now. Yakko not quite ready to trade in for the rainbow drop yet.
Yeah, he still wants a few levels.
I think that he's still looking for the stones. Opti has the stones, needs to get the token, I believe. When the poltergeist dodges too, very nice.
3 experience and 94 gold on that poltergeist. Chaos gonna chaos. Oh, it's an armored knight here. And it's hitting hard, too. Thou hast done well.
I'm pretty sure that the stones were in Mountain Cave.
He's like, no, I don't want none of that droll. I'm just putting it to sleep and moving on. Thou art a fool.
Right, 22 is an amount of damage. That is DL2 breath. This is where you're hoping to not see a heal more.
He's really liking that DL2 breath, though.
Yeah, big fan.
That's at least a 50%, if not 75. Oh, there's the combo!
Oh my. And that's a death. That is very unfortunate. Yeah.
So, that's at least that's a maximum 50% DL2 breath, since he has the full wombo combo with the sleep. Opti just picked up the sword.
So that is a wrinkle. With that much HP, though, it's going to be tough for a racer to make it through an entire fight with the dragon, the first form of the Dragon Lord, without seeing the sleep spell, I think. But if you preemptively stop spell, then you are going to be rewarded. Yeah, having the 152 max HP helps a lot with those Dragon Lord breath attacks against DL1. The Death Necklace is looking much less appealing, which we'll see if Angel's maybe going to go check Grave just for the heck of it, or might go back into Charlock or grind. Those are kind of the choices right now. Get some more XP, go back and try again, or explore either the bottom of Grave or more of Charlock. I think like that's kind of like your decision tree.
Yeah. I know if I were in Angel's position, I would be awfully tempted to beat my head against that thing just to see if I can get through it. But at the same time, you know.
Yakko got the rainbow drop right now. Yakko does have the sword, so not level 17 though, level 14, but potentially if you can make it past DL1, might be in a position to take it down. We'll see. Yakko's level 16, so.
So it looks like Angel's deciding to do a bit more grinding. Ooh, 000 level, as MTI would say. I love it!
Yeah, gonna be an interesting finish here. Looked like there was a fair amount of HP on DL1. They got like 4 or 5 attacks in at least, doing 20 something in attack. That's a fair amount. It's not free.
Yeah, that DL1 looks like it's gonna be a problem.
But if it's not that high and you get the stop spell out and you get some lucky sleep procs, you might be able to make it through, and then who knows, maybe DL2 is not so hard and you can just go and win. This is what makes Chaos so tricky and, live up to its name of being chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need stop spell. He's using DL2 breath. He's not casting a spell.
Well, the sleep, though. I think the stop spell would be very beneficial for the sleep.
Yeah, depending on his resistance to stop spell, though. I doesn't he normally have like a 15 out of 16 resist?
In these, when the random monster stats flag is flipped, it's a much more reasonable stop spell resist.
Ah, okay. Is it that max, what is it, 9 out of 16?
Yeah, I think that is the case, but I'm not sure if it's different for DL1 and DL2 or not.
Yeah, Beta says in chat, stop resist for DL1 and DL2 is clustered around 40-ish%.
And here's Yakko talking to DL1, and we'll see how it goes for him.
Good luck, my friend.
Learns about the Dragonlord breath right away. We've got Just Chris also entering Charlock right now.
And
Yakko
there's a sleep.
See if Yakko can wake up here. Not waking up, and Yakko also suffers the fate of the breath. We'll see if he comes right back or if he decides to try to get some more XP. So now it's Chris's turn.
Well, at least the runners now know what they're in for.
Yeah, at least half of them do, and Chris is gonna find out. But you never know. With enough repetitions of something, maybe you get the anomaly where it just goes real easy.
Metal slimes are a really nice one. 158 hit points, but they have 260 experience point yield and only 22 agility.
Yeah, and if you got a bunch of MP and just feel like hurt more, that's not too bad at all. But we don't know how much XP it's going to take to get to level 19.
Yeah, I think the rematch with the Dragon Lord is going to have to start off with stop spells.
And by the way that Yakko is moving, it looks like he's just going straight back to Charlock. Maybe just going to lead with a stop spell. Try again.
Chris just took out the door guard.
Angel, level 19, 3050. This is a maximally punishing Angel for missing the sword in the bottom of grave.
It really is. His once commanding lead is starting to erode.
Yep, and so Chris steps away from DL1. We'll see if Chris leads with a stop spell, giving him the best chance by far of making it into the DL2 fight. No sleeps as of yet. Well, we'll see if Chris can just make it through the fight without getting slept. Nope, there it is.
Nope, there it is.
He could still wake up, though. Not dead yet. And there it is.
Oh, he woke up. And back to
that
sleep.
is cruel. That is very cruel. Hey? Ooh. Dang, Chris also had the best chance by far of anyone, but also succumbed to the Wombo. Yakko, very close to Charlock again, looks to be heading back in. We've got the, merry-go-round. Look at the musical chairs of Charlock dives right now.
Yeah, Angel's still grinding. He's like 19 is not going to be enough.
Well, and he doesn't know how much it is to the next level.
Yeah, he never rescued the princess.
All right, Yakko is making it through the beachy area. Going to head back to the spike tile.
Opti getting fairy waters. Does she know something we don't know?
Maybe just wants to repel. I don't know.
Well, she had... Oh, that's right. She hasn't run into the Dragon Lord yet. She's getting prepared for if the Dragon Lord has, like, 200 defense, but not very many hit points.
1101, so, okay.
Wow.
Well, Angel has 1,000,000 HP right now, so,
That is certainly a level of all time.
Yakko's doing great in this fight so far, though, I think.
Opti starting her run.
Chris checking the treasury here. Angel on the way back to take on this Dragon Lord. If DL2 is problematic and DL1 takes out too many resources, Angel will be in a much better position just with all that HP, but Yakko into DL2 with a definite winnable amount depending on the situation. Misses that first stop spell, decides to forego it in favor of an attack, misses the second. It's not looking like it has sleep. It still could. We don't really know about heal. We'll have to see. Angel lands a stop spell on DL1. Still a number of heal mores here for Yakko. Not out of the realm of finishing here, so it's really up in the air right now.
Meanwhile, Angel is in the first phase again.
Oh, and
Angel
Opti is
got the
taken down
block.
by DL1.
Yep, Angel is in second phase now. We're going down to the wire here.
Ooh, another
we
attack
get one
in.
more hit because of the physical.
Oh, not enough. Well, that was about as close as you could get. I mean, we don't know, but you got as many attacks out of that one as you could for Yakko. So we'll see if Angel can win here, but Angel doesn't have Erdrick's sword.
Yeah. And not only that, but burned a few extra resources on phase 1 trying to get that stop spell down. Yeah, he's only got 126 attack power because he's got the flame sword instead of the big stick.
The thing is, it takes a while to get that XP up, and the gains are not good. So it's going to be interesting to see here what's going to happen. I wonder, if Angel ends up unsuccessful in this fight, what his strategy is going to be going forward. If he's going to go into Grave and look for the sword there, or just go back and look for more XP. The king will tell him how much it is to the next level. Chris, again, fighting our Dragon Lord here. We'll see if Chris has any more success than Yakko did. Ooh, Angel goes for the hurt more and is not successful on the 1 in 16. 1340 for the next level.
That's not horrible, but we still don't know what those gains will be.
Yeah, but at this point,
level.
It's a tough call. Guaranteed 12 attack power if you find the sword, but it's not a guarantee that it's in Grave. It could be in one of the bad locations in Charlock. So I kind of feel like the choice at this point is just to try to get that 13. Or maybe he's going in. Oh, he's in the swamp.
Stop spell landed first try for just Chris. Doesn't have a lot of MP, but this could work.
I will have to see here. Getting some good rolls. Now there's an 8.
And Yakko is rounding the corner. He's hit the beaches.
Yep, Yakko at 18 now, although we know that 18 wasn't really a huge difference, but you never know.
Well, the extra agility does give him enough DP to take slightly less damage from physical hits, although those aren't the real threats here. Hey, welcome, Karant, with the raid.
Chris is coming down to it here, too. He's got one more heal more, and he gets the kill. GG, just Chris is going to be your first place finisher.
Break out your GGs. Just Chris has gone ahead and defeated the Dragon Lord and has earned his first place. However, this race is not done yet because you want as many points as you can going into the later phases here. So second and third place are actually going to be extraordinarily important for these runners.
Now we've got Yakko again on DL1. See if level 18 is going to be enough here with Erdrick's sword.
And welcome Schmike with the raid.
Yeah, major turning point here was Angel noping out of Grave and not ending up with the sword.
Yeah, that's what cost him. Yeah, this looks really good for Yakko Wacko, barring a missed menu. He's got a lot of MP in the tank to be able to take on this chonkus humongous of a DL2.
Yeah, it seems like DL1 was the real barrier here, and DL2 is, somewhat garden variety.
I mean, he's got a lot of hit points, but other than that, he's pretty bog standard.
And welcome in, Just Chris. Congrats on the win. GG. How are you feeling?
What? What? No, I'm supposed to be in third or last.
Hey, well, this is Chaos, baby, and you did not finish in third or last. You finished in first. So, what are your top of mind thoughts about the seed? How did it go? What are the striking key points in your mind?
I thought I had a terrible start. I died half a dozen times at least trying to get the armor after having hurt more, and I knew it was there. Then I wasted my first like 2 hurt mores on a wolf that was immune to it. I guess I did everything else right.
Well, the big thing was Angel elected to not dive grave, and so did not find the sword. And a couple of failed attempts, and that eroded his any lead that he had.
Get your GGs out in chat for Yakko Wacko, finishing the race in second place.
And I guess I did everything else in the right order. Happened to find the coordinates after getting Waylon and then being near them in Cantlin.
Yeah,
What's the other side of the swamp? Is that the Garenham?
So, thoughts on that first phase of the Dragon Lord?
I did not like discovering sleep.
Yeah, I think that everybody died to the Wombo combo. You know, I'm not sure what was behind Garenham or not, but I know that you were able to stay a little bit behind Angel. Angel got out to a pretty good XP and exploration lead, but just a key moment there in the grave. Welcome into Yakko. Once you get your microphone going, welcome in.
I know he said he had trouble with his new mic or phone.
Yeah, do keep in mind this is a push-to-talk channel.
Yep, you got to make sure your push-to-talk settings are enabled, but we've got dueling DL2s. I believe Opti is further into the fight here, and I think that she's in decent shape to maybe take this down. We'll have to see. It might be close.
I think as long as she doesn't miss menu. I went into it with 8 heal mores.
But yeah, it was really a matter of the green dragon really early. Angel was the first one to find a green dragon, and it kind of took until once you got hurt more, of course. But then after that point, it was really a matter of finding a green dragon and being able to get really started there. That was kind of the big catalyst for everyone getting going.
I was glad the squish, the wizard, was exactly 16 points to get to level 2.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No silver shield this seed. Huh.
No, there was no silver shield available. This is the last attack for Opti, and she does not have enough to take it down. Gonna get sent back.
That DL2 is a chungus. He's got, what, over 200 hit points?
I'm not sure. I haven't been counting.
I only got like to 170.
And Angel takes down DL2. Gonna finish the race in third place. Get your GGs out.
Okay. Yeah, Opti just had really bad rolls. RNG was not in her favor.
And whenever Yakko can get the the push to talk or microphone situation figured out, be happy to hear your thoughts on the seed and how you felt.
He may be experiencing some technical difficulties with his hardware too.
Like Opti is going to elect for a little bit more XP here before taking on the Dragon Lord again. She was very close, but she doesn't know that, so just gonna go for... We'll be disappointed. We remember that this level is not very good, but,
Yeah, unfortunately, 18 through 20 are not what you want to see in levels.
But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of the Drakey. That's a pretty good enemy there with the Axe Knight. This sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that should do.
Anybody find the death necklace? Or was it in Deep Charlock?
I'm not sure.
No, Death Necklace was in, I'm wanting to say Garenham.
Oh yeah. It was in the inside
that's the one
Garen.
town
That's correct.
I didn't find. Maybe that was on the other side of Swamp.
I think it was, actually. I think Swamp backed into Garenham.
Testing.
Yes.
Hello.
we can hear you.
Aloha,
Hello.
Yaka. GG.
Thank you. The volume is very low for some reason.
And welcome in Angel as well.
I appreciate it.
Okay, that
GG,
worked.
Angel. Something has gone terribly wrong. I won.
Yeah, just want to hear everyone's thoughts about the seed and what struck them as the major key things that happened in the run.
Oh, I just resigned myself to winning with the flame sword. I didn't care about the sword at that point. So, I
Yeah, it was I think I'm not sure which chest, but it was down in the basement engraved.
oh yeah, I already figured I was in the basement of grave, but I was like I said, I just resigned myself to winning with flame sword. I wasn't going to bother with the sword.
Yeah, those levels that you were grinding out were just so disappointing, like one after another. You'd think that surely the next one, but no.
Yeah, I mean, more than anything else, I was hoping for more MP, and there was none of those levels that were MP till whatever it was, 21, 22, whatever I got to.
Yeah. Opti making another attempt at level 19.
Everybody did die to the Wombo combo, Dragon Lord 1. I think just Chris was pretty close to not dying, but did die.
And unfortunately, I decided to try preemptive stop spell on DL2, and that cost me, I think, the win on the second attempt.
Yeah, I did the preemptive stop spell too, and with flame sword, it was not even going to be close compared to what I did after. So
Yeah, unfortunately, in my situation, it cost me a heal more. And I think I was at 147 the first dive, or the second dive.
oh, I didn't even get to 100 with the flame sword on my try.
Oh, we're doing a hero walk in front of the Dragon Lord to heal up. That's a bit of a risky play here.
It's a little bit better in Chaos if you feel confident that you can repel a number of things, but yeah, there's always the extreme hazard, especially with Wraith Knights wandering around.
Correction.
Preemptive DL2 breath. But Rock landed the first time. That's going to be useful, but yeah. Oh, we're doing Death Necklace strats here. Okay.
Hey, you play to win the game.
I mean, she's already in 4th place. You got nothing to lose.
There's one victory point, right? If they forfeit.
It's the same points whether you forfeit or not if you're in 4th. I got a question though for the start. When you're in a start like you were, where it's grass tiles for zone 0 for the most part, or you're early, what are you thinking, or what's your thought? Are you willing to stick it out in the grass zone, or are you thinking about finding a different zone?
Well, I was just looking for something that would die by my 1 or 2 torches. And then when those ran out, go exploring, and then if I died, reset.
67 MP in the tank.
Pretty big attack power though, so hopefully some big hits can get in there and get it done.
Some
Oh, that
pretty
must be
bad
nice
luck,
getting
all
it on the
things
first
considered.
try.
Well, looking forward to next week, as alluded to a little bit. We've got Big Swamp and No Hurt More as the marquee flags, among some other ones. Anybody got any thoughts or, looking forward to anything or not looking forward to anything about next week?
Not looking forward to doing a reboot of that infamous seed from a few years ago.
We have regular enemy stats next week, but random XP and gold. So you could find the blue slime with blue slime stats that's worth 300 or anything. So name of the game is finding that interesting high XP enemy next week. And Opti falling again to the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, she didn't get any terribly good rolls. I gotta purge my brain of everything I've been training for this week 1. I'm not looking forward to that.
Oof.
I made sure not to watch the streams earlier tonight, otherwise Seed Bleed would have really gotten to me.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's got a different preparation approach.
And also, the fun won't be done once this is over. We do have another race that will be going on in about 20 minutes from now, so we'll be able to kick it over there once we're done here and get Opti's viewpoints on the seed.
If you can hear me, I have a question about these flag sets.
Okay.
So it happened today, and it also happened in my 2 practice seeds that I did. Was one of the flags that the harp was in Tantacle, because it was in Tantacle every time, and it was in the same chest?
No, that just happened to you.
Yeah, that just happened. It doesn't always happen in there.
The only things that are going to be in the same spots are going to be the torch and the gold in the throne room, and then the armor, the token, and the flute in their own search spots. That's it.
I saw a seed last night where they've made that same claim, and apparently the silver harp can take the torch's chest in the throne room.
Yeah, I think it can, the harp can roll into Charlock, and then it ends up needing to get swapped into an inaccessible chest, and so it can get swapped into the throne room, but it's like a niche situation where it will swap one of the story items into either the gold or the torch chest.
Oh wow, I never saw metal in my seed.
In that circumstance, if you leave the throne room without taking the chests, you have to reset.
Yeah, I think that you can soft lock yourself if an important item is in the throne room. Well, we're back down here on the bottom floor again. Easy access entry into Charlock. Nobody felt like going all the way to the top. Smart choice. It's a good thing.
I remember one seed with auto repel on had the Erdrick's armor in the throne room. That was an interesting seed.
I think whatever week that has, there's a caveat that if that armor is found there, an automatic reroll.
I think there's an option for the racers to agree to that term, but they have to agree to that term. I don't think it's automatically engaged.
I was hoping.
And here we go again. Our friend, Dragon Lord 1. Wombo combo. Will we land a stop spell? The answer is yes.
And that was a physical instead of the breath. I know the breath cannot be more than 50% chance of happening because whenever you have a wombo combo, they actually nerfed it after a very infamous seed. They nerfed the percentages of sleep and DL2 if they happen together. But man, it really feels like more than 50%. Wow, got into phase 2 on 99 MP. This could be it.
Yeah, this is feeling pretty good here for Opti. And attacking for 20 also feels pretty good. Yeah, I do believe that just individually sleep cannot be more than 50%, and DL2 breath can also not be more than 50%, even if they're on their own. I think just in general, 50% is as high as those two particular monstrosities go.
Well, there's a saying where I live. If there's a 20% chance it's going to rain, it's going to rain.
Still here with 51 MP, dealing a fair amount of damage, feeling pretty good about Opti's chances here.
Yeah.
And there it is, the GG for Opti, finishing the race out.
And yes, big shout out to Opti for actually pushing through and completing the seed. Even after all it did to her, mad props on your professionalism there.
And we've got the trumpeters trumpeting a fanfare for all of our successful race finishers. Week 1 here, getting close to coming to a close. Been an exciting week so far. And like Sneaky was saying, there is another week 1 race coming up on the DW Randomizer channel in about 15 minutes. 149 HP. Yeah, I think that Beta had counted 151, so that tracks.
Okay, so not as much as I thought it was having. It was just that first phase was draining so many resources. And GG!
Yeah, welcome in, Opti. How you feeling about this seed? Maybe needing the push to talk situation here.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
That makes sense because I forgot to plug in the microphone. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah, that does
welcome in.
sometimes help. So, stream permissible thoughts on the seed?
It actually wasn't that bad. I actually liked it.
All right. Well, you think of any key moments or things that kind of come to mind for you there for the seed?
Not really. I
Oh.
liked where everything was. Just maybe a little bit more MP would have been nice.
Oh, this just in. With the way the seed works, the Dragon Lord first phase is the only monster in the game that can get more than a 50% DL2, and in fact did indeed have a 75% DL2 breath, 25% sleep chance.
Yeah, that makes sense. There was a lot of DL2 breath going on there in that fight, and 236 is quite a number of HP.
Yeah.
I did not count that DL1 HP.
Well, I think that we probably are going to be wrapping up here. The other race will be getting started real soon on the DW Randomizer channel. I'm not sure if we'll be going anywhere else in the interim or just directing you to DW Randomizer, but I wanted to offer everyone the opportunity to get anything that they want to say about maybe what's coming up next week or the seed or whatever you got to say. Now's your time to get it in there before we kind of wind things down here.
Big mahalo nui to everybody putting this together and letting me participate. Thanks to commentators and streamers, trackers, and participants.
So we have Big Swamp and No Hurt More. What else are we doing?
So we have random enemy XP and gold, but they have standard stats. So, a slime is still going to be a slime, but it could be worth 300 XP, it could be worth 30, it could be worth 1, we don't know.
Yep. Also, no keys, summer sale, very fast XP, small map, easy Charlock. No armor in Charlock flag is on. And alternate run algorithm.
Yep, so Big Swamp and No Hurt More are kind of the marquee ones, and then you've got the enemy, regular enemies, but random XP. And then, you've got the summer sale and the no keys, and everything's a little bit easier, but you've got No Hurt More and Big Swamp, so that's kind of the big feature.
For those of us who haven't done it since last year, remind us what alternate run is.
On the overworld, it will be easier to run from things, like red dragons and armored knights. There's an agility modifier, and alternate run algorithm changes the way that it works so that it's easy to run from most things. It still depends a little bit, but it's much easier to run from things on the overworld. A little bit harder to run from things in caves, and then it changes the distribution of what's going on in Charlock. Like the modifier is higher, but then I think it gets complicated. But Charlock may be less free, but it's easy to think about it on the overworld. Like if you're afraid of running from something, if alternate run algorithm is on, it's probably worth your while to try running from it.
Well, any final thoughts before we send it over?
Nope, not really. Just, I actually didn't like all that breath.
Yeah, the Dragon Lord needed some tic tacs there. I'll give you that.
Yeah, everybody got a dose of the sleepy fire breath.
Well, in that case, this has been the week 1 of the Dragon Warrior 2025 Winter Tournament. I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentator's booth has been Hoodie Two Shoes. We have Camion on the restreams, and we've got RG as our tracker, and we will see you in the next one.